from a military perspective on this. I think I'm right in saying, Phil, that you were in the SAS, and you've got a good understanding of the way the military might be feeling, learning today that they are going to be potentially deployed in some significant numbers.
Yeah, and for me it's a lot more black and white. There aren't as many issues for me. We've now got people whose intent was to do harm, and they've actually carried out, and they've killed our children. So if you say that one line to yourself, you have killed our children, it then becomes a bit more black and white. And I think people are missing the point here. People are trying to go down too many avenues. We have people in this country who are actively targeting and killing our children. Okay, that's it, bust. No more, no less. And they have done that, and they have to prove that they can do that now. And I don't have any time for anybody who's saying to me, oh, we should be giving them a bit more time, we should do this, we should do that, we should do the other. No, we now have to act. We have to do something, and we have to do something quickly.
Okay, I sense your emotion. Practically, what would you do?
I think that, you know, all these people that have shown intent, no matter how big or how small, you know, whether it be a photograph waving a black flag, or whether it be, you know, turning up to a demo and holding a placard. I think if you've got stuff on your phone, if you're arrested, if you have stuff on your phone or your IP addresses, a reeking of this stuff, this ideological rubbish, okay, you need to be dealt with straight away. And when I say dealt with, that means you go back to wherever you came from, or alternatively, you're locked up.
What if you're born in the UK? What if you were born in the UK?
You're locked up.
A lot of these people were born in the UK. Where do they come from?
That's fine. Doesn't matter. But they can go to prison. They can stay here, but they can go to prison. They are no longer required in society.
You can't jail people. Sorry, Phil Campion, but you know the danger is, of course, you know, there's understandable indignation. People are angry, but there's a danger, and it's been we've seen it before. There's a potential danger that if you, in the eyes of some people, overreact, start jailing people without necessarily reaching a sufficiently robust evidential test. In other words, just throwing people in prison because you think they're dodgy. You create a massive backlash, and the problem only then gets worse. It's a temporary fix.
No, it's not a temporary fix. And at the moment, you stand in front of one of those poor children's parents, and you tell them, you say to them, well, we knew who he was on the radar, but we didn't do anything because it would only be a temporary fix. No, he's now killed, and there's more stacking up to do the same thing. And if we don't identify it, if we don't grip it, and if we don't put other people off from doing it, we're going to hit this thing time and time again. Now is the time to do something about it. They've taken it up to the next level. You can't say that was a crossfire. You can't say that these children were just, you know, happened to be there. They went there because there was children involved. They could have picked any other event. They could have picked any other place to do it. They picked it because there was children there. They have targeted and killed our children. And when you say that, all these other solutions just go straight out the window for me.
Can I just talk to you about a related topic, and that is the news that we're learning that soldiers, potentially up to 4,000, so getting up to a sort of brigade strength of infantry soldiers will be deployed at different locations around the UK. Now, this is not a job they've been trained to do. These are men, infantrymen, who've been trained to close with the enemy and kill them, who are now going to be involved in a police action. And policing requires a different skill set, doesn't it?
It does, but these are also... It does, but these are also trained, disciplined men who will adapt and have had to adapt before. You know, my first operation as a young soldier was to become a fireman. You know, I went and did it. I didn't question it. I went and did it, and I did what I was told, and the job was done. So I don't see that there's an issue with deploying soldiers. I think if forces need bolstering up, then it's a good thing.
Yeah, but over time, I mean, that's my question, because I think that, yes, you'll get police officers who might say this runs the risk over time of devaluing the job that we do. You'll get soldiers who'll say that if this persists over time, it runs the risk of devaluing soldiering. You know, we've been trained to do one thing, we've been asked to do another thing, fine if it's temporary, but if it then becomes a long-term fix, you can see there is always an opportunity cost. There are things, whether it's training on exercises, that suddenly some of these soldiers won't be able to do because they're going to be standing outside Buckingham Palace for 8, 9, 10 hours on end, not moving, but brandishing a firearm.
Yeah, I think this again is a short-term fix until other areas can be bolstered. You know, we've raised ourselves up to a critical level. It shows the importance that people are placing on this, and we have to be seen to be doing something about it. I agree with you. To place soldiers in those positions on a permanent role is impractical, to say the least. But, you know, for a temporary measure, as a show of we're actually doing something and taking this seriously, I think that's the least we can do at the moment.
Okay. Phil Campion, appreciate your time. Thanks very much indeed. We're going to go to Tom.